But right now, we look stale. We look like we have a lack of ideas.
Arteta needs to go and bring dynamic attackers, because from the vibe I'm getting in his press conference, it's really pissing me off for him to say, we can win the league without a striker. You see those attackers, apart from Saka, they are all mad. Even Odegaard is mad.
The players, Rice needs to step up, Martinelli needs to step up, Trossard needs to step up, Jesus needs to not just have a purple patch and stay fit and keep scoring. I mean, our best player this season has been Timber.
Yo, it's Tunnel TV. You know what it is. I'm here with my man, the Niger Englishman. What it do, bro?
Oh yeah, now, my people, my people. I don't know why I'm so hyped, because my team, they play rubbish. But I did here. How you did?
I'm good. First things first, I want to apologize to the good subscribers and followers of Tunnel TV. I'm sorry you did not get any Arsenal content, Chelsea content, and I think some Tottenham content. We had some technical issues we had to deal with. So on behalf of me, the staff and the crew and the people who come here to make you guys laugh and smile, we apologize. But with that said, we don't drop points. So.
We've been dropping points, bro. That's our thing now. We're the draw specialists now. Arsenal are the draw specialists. That's what we do.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Mikel Arteta, I have so much admiration, high hopes. I like the fact that you've taken us to where we are. But that game against Brighton is kind of making me feel like you can't get us over the line, man.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm Arteta out.
I'm not Arteta out yet.
No. Let me tell you what
I'm not.
This is what I'm saying. I'm at something drastic needs to change this season to make us somehow win a major trophy. And if this man is not able to get us over the line this season, and Arne Slot is able to get his team over the line, then we have to give someone else another chance. I'm backing him all the way to the end of the season. I think we should all get behind him to the end of the season and see what we can get out of it. But at this rate, with the rate of games and points we're dropping, when teams around us are dropping points and we're not capitalizing, not teams, I mean Liverpool specifically, we can't keep doing this, bro. Maybe someone else needs to take us to that finish line. I'm so happy and grateful for what he's been able to do, bro, and where he's taken us to. But is this as far as he can take us? That is the question I'm asking now this season.
Omo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not Arteta out. From a technical point of view, I love the work he has done. He still has some credit for me. And also, I'm also looking at the manager market out there. If Arteta goes, when the situation in football where everybody's going for young managers, who's going to come? Unless it's Hansi Flick. I don't know.
Look.
But you've been speaking and let me talk now. So I just feel like, for me personally, I think injuries have played a part. And this summer, he didn't really prepare enough. He should have gotten that striker. But the injuries have not been fair, and he has had tough fixtures. But I'm not going to lie to you, the over-controlling football, it's boring, it's slow, it's lethargic. We look like a team that we're just waiting for a corner to happen.
And that area is why my biggest issue is. That's the area. Yes, the injuries, all that stuff. Every team has injuries. We've rode our luck with injuries the last 2 seasons, and we've been quite fortunate. Yeah, this is our moment, and we have to make it work. And we're not making it work. The football we play right now stinks, bro. Like, we were talking about it earlier. Like, the only game that I've enjoyed that Arsenal played this season, or the only games I've enjoyed are, as you said, the Lisbon game and the West Ham game. West Ham away. Those are the only 2 games we've enjoyed. Previous to that, in seasons prior, we've enjoyed more of our football. We've been having fun. Even the players looked like they were having more fun in previous seasons. But right now, we look stale. We look like we have a lack of ideas. Yes, we've been able to, granted, we're still in second in the league somehow. Granted, 100%, and that's still good. But if we want to go to that next stage, we can't keep being the bridesmaid, bro.
I think the problem is why we look a little bit stagnant is because he hasn't revamped the attack. Well, I've had the same attackers for the last 3 years.
Whose fault is that?
It's the manager. I just said he hasn't revamped the attack. So I'm agreeing with you when I said that. Because if you look at the attack, it's the same Martinelli, it's the same Saka, it's the same Odegaard, it's the same Gabriel Jesus. The only addition is Kai Havertz and Sterling, who doesn't play, and Trossard, who this season, I don't know, is so bipolar. He's looking like Kanye West on the pitch. So I don't really know what's going on, man. That's just my issue right now. The attack needs revamping. Arteta needs to go and bring dynamic attackers, because right now, we look like once there's a low block, there's no answer. There's nobody who can beat one or two players, make something happen, score out of nothing. When we won league titles, there was a certain man who scored goals out of nothing.
Look, I hear all the things that we need. You are 100% right about that. We need all those things. But with what Arsenal currently have, we should be producing better performances on a regular basis. And the reason why we're not, one of the main reasons for me, put those injuries aside, the manager seems to me like he's overcoaching the players. Overcoaching, not letting them have any sort of freedom. He needs to be reducing the Pep Guardiola in him and bringing out more the Arsene Wenger. That's what he needs. He needs a bit of more Wenger in him. Like, believing in some youngsters a bit more.
I'll take more Pep Guardiola. Was a serial winner.
Look, I'm not talking about not taking Pep's stance, bro. Arsene Wenger was a serial winner in his first 5 years too. So, what I'm saying is, he needs to sometimes have more faith in his youngsters, have more faith in the team expressing themselves playing football, rather than this pragmatic, foot on the brake style football, going in the lead, then taking a step back, not punishing teams and putting them away. It keeps coming back to haunt us. It's not the referees, it's not the injuries, it's not the PGMOL, it's us now. We're making our own problems.
I do agree. We're making our own problems, but the Premier League,
somehow we're second.
Yeah, but the Premier League is tougher now. The Premier League is tough. It's a tougher league. But at the end of the day, that's not an excuse, because the season where Man City is crumbling, we are not taking advantage of it. And now we've handed Liverpool probably the title.
Yeah.
You know, we're very lucky today that Manchester United were able to get a draw, because if they're beating Manchester United, that's it. Done and dusted. At least we still have a little tiny, wincy bit of hope. Mm-hmm. We're hanging on a drawstring right now. Yeah. But personally, for me, I think we can chase Liverpool down if we buy players. That is the question. Is he going to go into the market?
We have
because
to.
From the vibe I'm getting in his press conference, it's really pissing me off. For him to say, we can win the league without a striker. We can still win the game without a striker. He's okay with the team. Your boys are not producing. I can't remember the last time Trossard made me happy. Martinelli, at least, in and out, he still scores. And I said it against Brighton. Why didn't he not start Martinelli? He was on form. Play him on the left. Play Nwaneri on the right. He was on form. Trossard gave nothing. Nothing.
Why did he start that midfield period as well, bro? He can't start that midfield. You can't.
But even if he brought on Odegaard, even if he started Odegaard, you think Odegaard would have played well? Odegaard has been asked in the last 4 games.
That midfield was stinking, bro.
He's been asked in the last 4 games. And yesterday, actually, we missed Saka. We actually did miss Saka, because Saka is the only guy that wants to take the ball, beat his man, get a goal or assist. The rest of them, they want to hold the ball, pass to the next man, pass on the responsibility, look good, with this their nonsense, dirty tiki-taka nonsense.
There's no free-flowing football. Look, I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom for Arsenal. Don't get it twisted, because we're second place. We're technically 6 points off Liverpool right now, but they've got a game in hand. So it's not the season's over. I'm not saying sack Arteta now. And Arteta, he deserves to the end of the season. I 100% agree with that. But he needs to buck up his ideas. We need at least 2 signings, as you said, in the January window, because we need something different, something to excite the team, something to excite the fans, something new, something for defenders in the Premier League new to deal with. And that's the only way we find a way to potentially come back and win a major trophy this season. That's the only way. Otherwise, we're doomed.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. We do need
Brighton.
we need to revamp that attack. For me, the defense, the fixing patchy defense we have not been able to keep clean sheets, because the defense has been very patchy this season. We've not really had our constant back four throughout. But the attack has been blunt. Odegaard, score a goal. Score a goal. Is every time you want to look pretty, you want to show you are good on the ball, you want to do tricks and flicks, score a goal for crying out loud. Trossard needs to wake up. I need that Trossard of last season that was banging everything into the net. Because it's very, very disgusting how you have 7 draws in the league and 5 of them are from winning positions. Bro. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. No good team does that. When a good team is ahead, it's game over.
Yeah, but is that not down to the manager's instructions? Can it be? Is that what we saying here?
I could talk about the manager all day, but at the end of the day,
the players are not blameless. Don't get it twisted. The players are not blameless. Like for example, I don't want to see Declan Rice in advanced positions. He's a number 6. Him and Partey can work because they can alternate, but I don't like him as the 8. He can play there sometimes, but let's be honest. Mikel Merino is not the 8 that was going to help us win the league. He's a good squad player at best. But we need a ball-carrying left CM. That's what we need. Someone that can carry the ball. And what's it called? Complement the likes of Declan Rice and Partey. We need to be able to use them sometimes together, use one for one game, use the other for another. We need to be at that stage as this team. There's plenty competitions. And Arteta, he's not used his money effectively enough to put us in a position where we are confident going into January. Now we're hoping for January to save us. And hopefully if January can save us, look, Kadebe, I'm not saying I'm not jumping on the wagon. I'm back. I'm here, Arsenal through and through. I just want the team to do well. But at the end of the day, something needs to change now. The window is open. Liverpool are looking to be running away with it, even though they got a draw today. But we need to back up our ideas now. Let's be honest, bro. Keep it 100. Brighton.
I think the problem is the games that are coming back to back, thick and thin. We don't even have a chance to even go to Dubai and take a break.
Brighton didn't do anything in the game, bro.
Yeah.
They threw away those.
Brighton didn't do anything in the game, and it's because the first half we were playing around with our food. Nwaneri got a chance, got a goal. We had so many times where Brighton gave away the ball at the edge of the box. Yeah. We didn't take advantage. Jesus was trying to look all pretty, trying to walk the ball in. So this is the problem with our team. We don't have players that want to kill off. That's the thing. And the manager himself, he knows this. He knows this.
But who's telling the players to back off when we take a lead? Who's telling them that?
It's the manager.
Thank you. So
it's the manager.
So what we saying here? Is he the guy?
It's the manager.
Look. I'm not saying Arteta out in terms of sack him now, but I'm Arteta out at the end of the season. If he doesn't change things and get us into a point where we win a major title, it's time. 5 years. If you can't do it, no problem. Thank you and goodbye. Let's find someone else. And I know you said who. I understand that. But every manager is a risk right now. But what I can tell you, the next manager that takes over this team, he's taken over a better team than Arteta took over. He's a team with a better situation, a young team ready to go and win some league titles. Maybe we just need someone different to do it. Maybe Arteta was the guy to get us to fix the foundations and the fans behind us and everything, and there's another man there to take us to the next level.
Yeah.
And unless he can produce something incredible in terms of the turnaround this season, I might be right.
Well, me personally, I'm not Arteta out. I always like to look at things from.
I'm with him.
I always like to look at things from the coach's point of view and everybody's point of view. But I expected us to be a little bit more serious. I think there's a little bit of relaxation this season, and a little bit of cockiness in terms of feeling like I think the players themselves, they were a little bit too comfortable being Man City's competition. Nah. That's not what we want. The fans want to be the team that knocks Man City off their perch, and now Liverpool is looking like that team. So for me, I think the players themselves too, they need to sit up. They need to look in the mirror and tell themselves: do we want to win a league title, or do we just want to be known as a team that yes, we're good with set pieces, we're big, strong, we have a good defense, we play good football, and that's it. We broke so many records last season. We didn't win the league title. Yes, Man City were fantastic, but this was the year where we should have gone into the summer window, all in, like we went for Declan Rice, spent another 200 million, still strengthened, locked it down, sold the likes of me. Come on, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the thing too about him. He's too sentimental with his players. The likes of Zinchenko, you didn't play Zinchenko. What are you still keeping him for? What are you still keeping him for? Why did you give Eddie a new deal? Do you understand? Why did you give Smith Rowe a new deal when you know, okay, you could have sold him then for 40 million and gotten a better player, the likes of Fabio Vieira. You bought Fabio Vieira, you loaned him out. So, to me, there's a little bit of confusion and, like you said, overthinking. You know, so I think this season he overthought it, and it might be his end.
Yeah,
this season.
And
I'm not saying if they're going to sack him, but I don't see Arsenal board sacking him because they are still happy with him.
And that's the potential problem. But look, it's unfortunate the likes of Saka is injured now. Odegaard was injured early in the season, but let me not lie. I'm not good. I praise players when they're good, but I have to point things out when they're bad. At the end of the day, the likes of Saliba and Gabriel, quality partnership, great defensive partnership. But Saliba's been getting quite cocky and arrogant, like you were saying, in terms of that arrogance. That's something that he's been showing because he is that good. So sometimes he gets a bit too arrogant. I am a bit too good. Do you get what I mean? Like, and he gets a little bit lax and complacent and does some stupid things, and it's led to some errors. Gabriel is nowhere near as talented as him as a defender, but he's looked better than him this season. Let's keep it a buck.
But Gabriel to me is Arsenal's natural leader in that team. But like I said, the defense, I'm going to cut the defense some slack because
they've been inconsistent in terms of there's not been the
and
same.
Also,
I hear it.
The personnel Arteta has tinkered too much with that back four.
I love them, but I'm just saying individuals sometimes. Both of them have some lapses where arrogance gets. Yeah,
they're human beings. They're going to make mistakes. For me, Gabriel and Saliba get a pass
because they've been that good.
Yes, and
I hear it. They've got a lot of money in the bank. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, and the fact that Arteta has tinkered with that back four by putting Partey in right back, putting Timber in left back, who is a right footer, it alternates things too much. It destabilizes things. Exactly. But you see those attackers. Those attackers, apart from Saka, they are all mad. Even Odegaard is mad. They are all mad. Odegaard self is pissed. Odegaard by now should be giving me at least 10 goals in the season.
Easy. He gave us 15 a couple seasons ago, then to go back to this rubbish. This is madness.
Even the assist is not assisting.
You're the club captain. Lead us. Right now it's clear he's not fit. Don't play him. Arteta, have another answer. Have another idea. The players, Rice needs to step up, Martinelli needs to step up, Trossard needs to step up, Jesus needs to not just have a purple patch and stay fit and keep scoring. I mean, our best player this season has been Timber. Let's keep it a buck. In terms of consistency, he stepped out of the team and look, we dropped points.
Even Partey has been good.
Yeah, Partey, followed by Partey, and then Gabriel and Saliba, they've been quite good. But the attackers, other than Saka, obviously Saka is our best player.
He's our best player.
He's the star boy. But the other attackers, the midfielders, other than the ones we mentioned, they all need to buck up.
They need to buckle up because this was for me. This summer we had to refreshing things up, and we did not. And he's going to have a problem next season because that midfield. I'm looking at that midfield. That midfield is older. You have Jorginho who is over 30. Partey is over 30 and Partey might go for free. Okay, you have Merino and Rice left. 2 players.
A defensive-minded
now, player. Going into this summer, I think we're going to be thinking about buying 2 new central midfielders. Yeah. And also an answer for Odegaard and a striker. So, what did they do this summer? Last summer, sorry.
You know what? We got a lot of work to do because today... What we should be doing, we should be excited.
He needs to rebuild that team.
Now, but we should be excited today because Manchester United took some points off Liverpool. But we're not because we've not been able to capitalize. It was a slugfest today. Liverpool, let's not lie, Liverpool look shaky today. They look like they can get got at. But do we look like a team that is ready to capitalize if they drop points?
That's the problem.
That's the issue.
That's the problem. Because I'm not going to lie to you. What I learned from that game, that this second half of the season, Liverpool are going to drop more points than they did in the first half because fatigue is going to set in. You're going to play more games. Injuries might come in, and they are playing games back to back. They have a game too on Wednesday too, like us on Tuesday. So it's going to be difficult for them. But the problem now where Liverpool they have goals. We don't have goals
everywhere up front. everywhere. Even Nunes can snip.
They have goals. We don't have goals. They have firepower. Even Gakpo now. Gakpo is now stepping up. If Diaz is fucking up, Gakpo comes in.
Jota's fit again.
Jota is fit. Salah is inevitable. So they have goals everywhere. So we once one person is injured, the whole house is crumbling down. That's the difference. And if you watch their gameplay, apart from maybe today where I think they were a little bit tired, they move forward. We get the ball, we pass back. So all these things about teams with low block, people play low block against Liverpool.
Okay, I have a question about today's game, Liverpool versus Man U. My question is the performance that you saw in terms of Liverpool defensively, because we both saw that no one would have been shocked if they lost today from how the game turned out. Do you think it was our Derby Day, biggest game of biggest rivalry, that's why Liverpool looked shaky? Or does this show some weakness that maybe potential rivals can be excited that they could capitalize, i.e. Arsenal, obviously? Do you think it's that, or is it just one of those games?
I think it's one is a derby game.
Yeah.
And Man U had to come out with the results. Man U, with all the recent results that they have been having, they had to step up today. They had to actually get a result today. If not, Amorim will still be under fire. And also, Trent Alexander-Arnold today was very poor. And Trent's head is gone. He's
in Madrid.
He's in Madrid already.
He's in Madrid.
And you have the Salah contract. You have the Salah contract issues dwelling. And this is the period when Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent can talk to teams. So right now, mentally, they might be thinking, okay. Yes, they are focused on winning the league, but they are human beings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? This is the time where teams are going to approach them like, what's up? What's going on? Yeah. Join us in the summer. So that could be in their head. And Liverpool have been conceding goals recently. When Slot first started, he wasn't conceding goals like this. They had the best defense. They still do a little bit, but
they look like they can get got out. Let's not get twisted. Manchester United are 14th in the league, and they gave them a run for the money at their house. So look, I'm not saying Arsenal are back in the title race. There's challenging. I'm not saying any of that. But Liverpool have shown weakness. There's going to be a period this season where in 3 games they drop points. It could be 2 losses and a draw, or 2 draws and a loss, or something could happen.
Yeah.
And when that happens, can a rival be ready to pounce? Number one, and B, can they keep winning after that?
Which rival is going to be consistent enough? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Is it going to be Man City? Are not consistent. I don't see Man City putting a run unless they
but you can never rule them out.
Unless they sign a 22-year-old Messi.
Chelsea, as they told us, Chelsea Day for title race.
But for now,
as they say,
I just think that it's Liverpool's title to lose.
100%.
At the end of the day,
100%.
But the only team that can actually challenge Arsenal is Arsenal.
Well, obviously, Chelsea, though. Chelsea, look, I know you said they're not in the title race, and I never thought they were in the title race. I'm just playing that. Their fans thought they were in the title race. But if they can get another run, as I said, look at what Newcastle are doing. We said any team that can put 5 wins in a row together can be in a different situation completely. So let's see. There's a lot of points to play for. Chelsea dropped points again, 4 games in a row without a win. Cole Palmer scored in the first half, but then he was non-existent in the second half. And they dropped points again against Crystal Palace.
Well, Chelsea is a young team. They're inexperienced. They don't really have much experience. So we always expect them to drop points, but they'll still make top 4. They still
top 4, you reckon?
They'll make top
Definitely?
4. I think they might finish 3rd or 4th.
I think they might finish 5th, personally.
Nah, I don't see them finishing. I don't see them finishing 5th. I don't see any
Newcastle are dark horses for that.
Newcastle will still drop points.
If we don't get Isak in January,
Newcastle is 1 injury away from kaputing. We all know that Isak is an injury-prone player. Yes, he's scoring, he's on fire, but there's a long way to go.
For
Chelsea have, and this is January. Chelsea can still buy. They have money.
They won't buy.
You don't know. Chelsea have money. They can still buy. And Chelsea have a big team. I think Chelsea will finish 3rd or 4th. They're a very good team right now this season. They're hard to beat. Yes,
dropping points against Palace is bad, and the last 4 games have been
what?
Bad, dropping points against Palace is bad, bro.
It happens.
And they've dropped points in the last 4 games.
It happens.
Not just 1 game.
It happens when you're dealing with young players. They're young.
So what makes you so confident that this team can sustain it to get into the top 4?
Because they have one of the best players in the league, and Maresca is a good coach. He knows what he's doing. So I think I just think they're going through their bad run right now. You know, they have been coasting from the start of the season.
Sure.
The only team they lost to was Man City. That was the start. I think Man City or Liverpool. That was the start. That's the start of the season. But since then, they didn't lose to Arsenal. They have been going on. Yes, they've had favorable fixtures, but
lost to Ipswich.
Yeah, they've been favorable fixtures, but it happens. And you know, this Christmas period, everybody's been dropping points.
For sure.
Everybody's been dropping points, but I think Chelsea finished it at third or fourth. At least they're better than some people that have big ange.
For sure, but one thing about Maresca is that Leicester, he proved that second half of the season that they dropped a lot of points. They should have walked the championship by a lot more points. He dropped a lot of points, and it's getting to that point of the season. So let's see. Obviously, with a different set of players, he might do something different, but this seems to be a trend. Now we're not creeping into that same trend, but let's see how they react. 4 games on the bounce with no wins, so let's see how they react.
Chelsea will be alright. They'll be alright.
City, Sha.
Man City. Well, what's helped Man City is that they have had favorable fixtures. They've played Everton. They played West Ham. They didn't beat Everton, Sha. They played West Ham. They played some small teams. And City, man, they're in the market. They have money. And you can't really write City off. But this season, you don't really see them going on that crazy run because those players, they're older. They look like they're not inspired. Guardiola looks like he's just dwindling down. Like, you know, when Thanos has finished snapping his fingers, he was sitting down looking at the sundown.
You say that, but you could also look at it on another flip side. There's a couple of areas you could look at. This weekend, they did play West Ham, who are freaking awful. But the last couple of games, you see Xavier started to get into a bit of form, got a couple of goals and an assist. Haaland scored a couple of goals again. He might get into a little bit of groove because he when he gets into the run, he's unstoppable. Foden, who's been sleeping this whole season, he's got a couple goals as well. So you never know. And Pep Guardiola's at the wheel, and the January window is open. If you combine all those things together, it's not impossible for City to go on a run. It'll be ridiculous if they're to come back and win this league title after this no wins or 1 win in 11 or 12 or whatever they were on beforehand. But bro, it's Pep Guardiola, bro. You can never rule him out, bro. Look, it'll be stupid. The rest of the Premier League should retire if that happens. But you can never rule it out. It's Pep.
I agree. It's Pep. You can never rule Pep out. Pep Guardiola is a beast. And they could still win the Champions League. They could still win the Champions League.
I leave with it, though.
They could still win the FA Cup. They could still win. They could still win the FA Cup. They could still win something. They're champions. You can never write them off. You can never write Guardiola. For me, I still think he's the greatest manager ever of all time. So, so you can't really. That's my opinion. But for me, I think you never know with City, man. Resources.
They look like the boys look like they're having fun again on the weekend. I know it was West Ham.
If you just say Messi, I say Messi. Rodri has some good news that he has had deposit that he's coming back in March or February now.
They can sign someone, bro.
Yeah.
You never know.
They have the money. The resources are there.
But guys, we can't end the show without talking about the gift that keeps giving. Spurs. Tottenham Hotspurs. Keme, I didn't miss you. Happy New Year, by the way. New Year, same Spurs. New Year, same Spurs. Shite Hart Pain. White Hart Lane. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I don't know what you call it anymore. But pain day in that stadium. Week in, week out. Season in, season out. What's going on? Another loss. And you even I think they took the lead in that game, no? They went up at home, 1-0 at Newcastle. You thought, the lads are off at home. They got the crowd behind them. But Newcastle shut that down quickly. Anthony Gordon, Isak combination.
But I never saw Tottenham winning that game.
Oh, they were at home 1-0 up, bro.
I never saw Tottenham winning that game. Tottenham were 1-0 up against Chelsea. Tottenham cannot defend to save their lives. And you know the funny thing is, I was having this argument with my American friend who doesn't speak to me anymore, William. He was talking about Tottenham creates so many chances, then we create so many chances, and we go into the box. When we go into the box, we score goals, and we do a lot of things. Bro, you can't defend, fam. That is the issue. As much as they look good going forward, I mean, these guys are like, I think they're the second or third highest goal scorers in the league. They can't defend for shit. Horrible defending.
Whether it is their starting defense partnership. To be fair, in their defense, they had Archie Gray and Jed Spence at centre-back at some point in their defense at Spurs. But still.
It doesn't matter. I don't understand that club. You have a big stadium. You're making millions of pounds every year.
Whiskey, they help them.
You can't invest properly in players. I mean, they made a lot of money from Hurricane. They bought Solanke. Solanke is a dud.
Maybe they score goal now.
He's a dud. Come on. He's a dud. Come on. Let's be real here. So, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't think they're ambitious. One, they're not an ambitious team. They're not an ambitious club. And Conte said this thing, that no matter who they bring to that club, they're always going to be that way.
The history of the Tottenham.
And another thing about that club, they're always so focused on Arsenal.
Bro.
Focus on your fucking selves, you dumbasses. Every time the likes of Deji, oh, where were you lot? You lot. Bruh.
I think they've lost half their games they played this season, bro, in the league.
See, let me tell you something, man.
Dreadful.
Humble yourselves so that people can uplift you in life. That's the morality of this thing.
Know your role.
Know your role. Last year, you lost to Man City. You guys are celebrating. Oh, we didn't let Arsenal win the league. Where are you now? Mid-table.
You could have been in the Champions League.
That's what you get for that mentality. Dumbass club. Man, I don't want to talk about these. Please, come on.
I beg. Spurs not there. That's it. Look, the top six did their thing. A lot of them, everyone dropped points this weekend except Manchester City. We move to the Carabao Cup games midweek, and then we go again. What, match week 21 or is it match week 20 next? I don't even know. 21 next. 21. And
we have Tottenham next in the league.
We've got Man U in the FA Cup. Spurs in the... it should be sweet. The reactions are going to be crazy. Watch out.
Peace.